Alright folks, Michael, Vintage Diesel Equipment Service. Let me get the light out of my eyes. There we go. Today we are furthering the series of our maintenance on skid steers, specifically a Bobcat. This will apply to all of the skid steers. Yours may differ just slightly, but it'll be the same for the most part. With that said, I sure appreciate all y'all that have been here for a long time watching. More than I could even tell you. Thanks so much. If y'all don't mind clicking that like and the old share button, share it with the townsfolk, I sure appreciate it. For you newcomers, that subscription button's down there calling your name. If you don't mind, it'd help my channel more than you could even imagine. Probably wouldn't even register on your radar. I mean, it's a free click. But the not free click is that membership where you see join down there. It's $1 a month. And I'm getting videos ready, so there'll be all kinds of little useful tidbits of stuff that you can use out in the field for your own stuff. What we're doing today on this T590 is an oil change. Yep. As you can see, I already got the door open back there. What I recommend before you do an oil change on anything, you really want to crank it up and let the motor come up to temperature, and the oil especially to come up to temperature, so that it's ready to, bring all the nastiness out with it on its way. So with that said, I've already done that. It's 72 degrees outside if you're curious, so your run time may need to differ by a little bit. So that said, if you look just down here, you will see a hose. Yep. And you will see where a plate used to be. Okay. You will also see a mountain of crap right there that you're going to dig out of that hole, because that hose is going to be up here fished around. Okay, kind of shoved up underneath there. So you're going to pull the free end out, take your plate off with 2 bolts. Okay, nothing to it. And then fish the nastiness out, swoop that down here, and then you're off to the races. It'll be time to change your oil filter and your oil. So let me go grab the oil pan real fast, and we'll get set up to do this. So it's a pretty simple process, really. We'll hit all the highs and lows of it in one sweep. So let me see what I can do. Can't swear to you I get a good view, but we're gonna try it. Yeah, I think we can get everything in that. What y'all think? Alright, so let's start with the old yuck of it all. So as you can see, I'm gonna use a ratchet in this case, just because me being able to apply more leverage. But what you're gonna want to do is stick your wrench on that part. Alright, I'm going to get it just like that, and then just squeeze together. Yeah, just, goodness gracious. Yeah. Make sure I'm not locking down on them both. That'd be dumb. Alright. I'm just gonna go ahead and spin it on around. And golly! Man, what is going? Just had too much flex, so put this wrench there. Goodness gracious me. Golly. What am I gonna do there? Maybe on the other side of it. Are you serious? I finally got it. What an utter pain. Yours should never be that tight, folks. So, not for sure how that one was that tight, but man. Alright, now, after you get your drain line finally open, you gotta open your oil fill cap. Might as well go ahead and pop your dipstick loose too. Good time to check that. And let me go grab my oil filter wrench and we'll go ahead and spin that doodah. Alright, there are a lot of different oil filter wrenches that you can use, but this is my preferred method unless I have access to or need to use a strap wrench. I hate how whenever you do the oil filter on these particular pieces of equipment that it just runs all over the motor and starter and everything. It makes a big mess. Alright, so we're just going to let that drain. Alright, so the last useful thing that old oil can do is wet your O-ring for your oil filter. And then you're just gonna put it down here. And look, once it's like that, once it's snug, you're just gonna go quarter of a turn. Just like that. That's plenty. You don't have to incredible hook it or any of that. That way when you go back later, or the next guy goes back behind you, he's not gonna have to get silly to get it off, okay? Alright, same thing goes for his drain plug. I would imagine 50 pounds of torque, probably plenty. Alright, so let me go back and get my line back through. Alright, push it through just like that and then just shove it up into a recess. Sweet. scrape the crud off my bracket here. Sweet. Back and find the right setup for all my. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and put my bracket back on. Just that way. You do want to make sure you put these little plates back on these skid steers, because you're digging around in the earth and stuff, backing around and whatnot. All of this, I'm sure you noticed all the mud and crud that gets into these things, and that's with it sealed. I mean, for example, look at that rock I just pulled out. So imagine leaving something like that exposed. Alright, now we're down to filling this thing with oil. There's a trick for that too. Give me just a moment. Alright, so what you want is your bendy funnel. Okay? Bendy funnel. Alright. And you're gonna stick your funnel in there just the way it goes. You're gonna take your zip tie, okay? Run your zip tie here. Turned it the wrong direction. Let me turn it the right direction. Alright. So, just like that. So you want to zip tie it on just like that. Now you don't need no assistant. Yep. Now you don't need no assistant when you add your oil. So, let me go get our oil and let's top it off. Pretty close. Alright. Yep. This thing's a bit thirsty on oil. So it says 9.7 liters. 10.5 quarts. Yep. It takes a while when you're pouring this much oil. You don't want to go too fast, because it'll exceed the capacity of how much it can actually get in there, and you'll have oil coming out the neck down there. You don't want that. So I guess just pour slow and contemplate life's choices at this moment. Sure is a pretty day out here. Bet y'all can hear that wind whistling. See, I recently had a little boo-boo. I fell. Kind of hurt myself a little bit. I don't know if y'all noticed on the camera or not, but I've lost a good little amount of weight, which is good, and I'm trying to lose a lot more. So I guess we're gonna see how that works out. But I've lost enough already that, well, I noticed, and it's been beneficial to me. So yep, I fell off an excavator. Didn't feel very good. Led to a bad day. A bunch of bad days, actually. Alright. See, once you got your oil in there, you can just go back and put your clip, spin your cap back on it, and you don't necessarily have to waste your zip tie if you don't want to. Alright folks, let's got that back where it should be. Your drain line's already tucked back in, filters on. You're going to want to write down your service hours and then go inside and clear the service log for it so that it resets. I'm not going to walk you through that. But with that said, thanks so much for watching. Hope that helps. If it did, leave a like down below, and we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to catch the other videos in this series, just by the way. Thanks for watching, y'all.